Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to dive in the charts and I'm going to tell you exactly where I think ILV is heading, if you should be buying, if you should be waiting, where you might want to consider buying more tokens. I'm going to get into all of it, do a little bit of technical analysis. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Scoriox, where I do the maths and you do that sweet degen. And as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And please always do your own research. Now, there are two major things I want to touch on today. The general market sentiment and kind of where I think things could be heading, and some of the technicals that I'm taking a close eye on. So if you're new to technical analysis and things like that, I'm going to break it down really simply. We're going to go through some really basic stuff. Okay, if you're looking for some more advanced technical analysis, I can put a few links in the description down below. Please like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. I haven't done this sort of video in a little while, so I'm hoping it doesn't fall on deaf ears. I have some really cool stuff to show you. The other thing we're going to look at is the SAND token. We all remember that it blew up in around November or so last year. And I'm gonna show you some really interesting things, and I'm hoping it's gonna be really interesting for you guys to see. I'm very excited to show you this. I'm quite proud that I found it, and it's not really a secret or anything, but I like finding things that I haven't seen elsewhere and then showing you guys, because I think that's what you guys come to my channel to see. Some stuff that I like to do that others haven't done yet, or won't do, or don't have the time, or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm very excited to show you. Okay, let's jump straight into it. First, I'm going to show you the crypto total market cap chart. Now today, and I can go more in depth if you guys would like, so please leave a comment, but today I'm going to focus on the daily charts, okay? There is something really important to consider here, and that is that the broader scope of world events obviously will impact a lot of these things very closely, and Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto is currently tracking stocks quite heavily, the Nasdaq, Russell, and so on. So it's definitely worth considering that. But at this point in time, you can see it slowing down. I think the biggest thing you guys need to consider is that uncertainty drives this market. Uncertainty is why we crashed. That was really the main thing. Whatever other events are happening aren't really as effective on the markets. They might suppress it and keep it down and stuff like that, but they won't create volatility. That's what uncertainty does. The more certain we are of events, good or bad, the better overall. We might even get some sideways movement and things like that. So that's just something you guys should really consider before being really stressed out about anything that's happening. Currently, we're looking in actually pretty good shape, and I'm going to show you something right now. So my two main indicators, as followers of the channel might know, are these two down here. They're called the ATR, the average true range, and the TSV, time segmented volume. Time segmented volume basically just kind of tells you, based on time segments over the past year, 2 years or whatever, just looking back, it looks back a certain number of candles. It segments the volume by that, okay? So like, the best way I like to think of it is like, if you have like a Saturday and Sunday, volume is typically lower on average, but it looks at an entire subsection of volume to get its data. So that doesn't affect it so much. You don't get these giant spikes up and down and things like that. And it helps you really, really figure out those volume trends when you're looking at the chart. So at the moment, you can see we're trending up. There's this EMA down here, the blue line. Let's see if I can zoom into that. The blue line down here is trending upwards, okay? Let me show you the last time this happened and we almost headed to a cross. Right here. Do you guys want to know where that was? That was right after our big pump, okay? So this is a lagging indicator. I'm definitely not going to like trade or buy spot or anything based on this, but it's definitely looking positive because the last time it crossed, we did really well. That's just as simple as I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the total crypto market cap, but on Bitcoin, it's looking pretty much the same. Actually, it just crossed, which is really, really interesting. So we could be looking for some good times ahead. But what I'm currently watching is I think you'll notice that it goes in waves down here. I'm currently watching for it to come down, bounce back up a little bit. Maybe we'll get a bullish divergence where the price will go lower and make a new lower low, but the volume will still trend upwards. That is what I'm looking for. The other thing we need to watch is at this point when it crossed, the average true range hit this nice baseline, and this goes back months and months as well. But this baseline kind of says like, okay, volatility is at an all-time low. This is like calm before the storm type stuff. You should see this thing whenever it hits the baseline. What I'm looking for is for it to really return to that baseline again. So currently I'm focusing on the total market cap. Okay, I think we could have, what I'm saying is I think we could have some more sideways movement before eventually moving up. Okay, I think we could be moving up here. I hope that's the case. Obviously, trade at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor, but I hope that's hopium and a bit helpful for you guys that are watching the charts. The other thing I want to look at here, and I'm going to switch over to the ILV chart, also the daily. That's just what we're going to be looking at for now. I'm going to grab this volatility, and you can see that it's pretty much at its baseline right now. So if we're going to pump, it could happen at any time. Who knows? Also, volume is also trending in the direction we're looking for as well. So it's looking like the selling is slowing down. That's what I'm saying here. People aren't selling so much anymore. They're running out of funds to sell, or they're not really, they don't want to. They're accumulating more and more, and the buying is picking up. Now, we've also formed something called a double top. What this means, and I haven't drawn this right, but basically, no, that's terrible. Basically, you've got two bottoms here, and they're very close to each other. And then what you need to do is you need to break the neckline, which is this high point. And then you could see a measured move up. And that measured move up would be equal to the top to the bottom for the double bottom. You go to where the neckline would be broken, and you'd be hitting about 1K, which makes a lot of sense considering that 1K would have a lot of resistance at it, okay? So definitely if we do pump from here and you bought some tokens and you want to trade a little bit, I don't suggest it. I just buy over time personally at this point. But if you want to trade a little bit, I'd definitely be looking at 1K to sell a little bit and buy back a bit lower if that is your game plan. Now, what else did I want to show you? I want to show you the average, the volume profile. This just shows, and I've got it set to every single bar on this daily chart for Binance at the moment, but this just shows you where a lot of the volume is. And currently we're sitting above the point of control, which is where the majority of the volume is. And we want to be above that because that means that's where the most people are setting buy orders and things like that, because that's historically been a great time to buy for this particular token. Now, there's one more thing I want to look at so that I can make this video quite short, and you're going to love this. I want to show you something. Okay, I'm going to hide the VPVR. And I'm going to... All right, so I wanted to show you this, guys. I'm going to jump straight into it. Sandbox rallied when it unveiled its alpha passes and everything, allowing people to go in and play in the Sandbox game properly. Okay, I believe this was a beta of some kind. But they announced all this stuff at around the 12th to the 17th of November. And let's see exactly what happened. On the Sand token, that's the 17th of November when that article was posted. The Sand token just kept on rallying. And as many of you might remember, it kicked off this metaverse pump during October, November of 2021. Now, I'm not saying Illuvium is going to set up its own metaverse pump, but when you've got 70 million for marketing for just the Illuvium land sale, and the land is going to be the first usable land in the entire crypto metaverse, I think it's very possible Illuvium could take off, if not towards the end of March, early April. So you're definitely going to want to consider buying opportunities in this range. I'm not telling you we've bottomed out, but I think it's very possible that we're hitting that stage in the general markets. Now, there's two things that are happening here. We've either bottomed out, or we're going to have one big giant crash and go sideways for the next 2 or 3 years. That is what I believe at this point. There's obviously other scenarios, and Bitcoin has kind of broken from its original cycles. Either way, you should be investing in over time, and be careful. Make sure you hold some on the side for in case Bitcoin or whatever does drop. But Illuvium will have all of its buybacks and everything from its revenue distribution and other tokenomic setups. So I definitely believe if land sale doesn't kick it off, land sale is going to do one thing. It's going to make the coin a lot more expensive for when the rest of the game kicks it off. So I still think we're going up. Maybe we're not going to the moon, but this might be one of those chances where you want to buy. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys found this useful and insightful. Definitely check out my other content. I have some awesome stuff coming too. Going to be talking about land blueprints soon, hopefully next week. Very, very excited. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video. I hope that you'll watch that next video up in the top right hand corner, or don't, but I really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. I'll catch you all in the next one.